Hi Aries, this is Heather, the medium on a mission, and I will be bringing you your 2020 forecast from January to December. And so the way that I'm going to do this, I'm just going to kind of pull the cards. I've already asked Spirit to kind of give me a general energy, a theme for kind of the front half and the second half of the year. And I'll kind of go over that, what I've got, but I'll just drop all the cards, one for each month. Now, it's not necessarily going to be the energy for that month, so I want to make sure that's clear. That energy, it's kind of fluid, and energies, they can kind of, it's the flow of the energy, not necessarily specific to the month. So with Spirit, you know, time is not linear. Time is, it's more about the energy and the vibration. So I just want to make sure that's clear, that you guys understand that. So if you're seeing something that resonates with one month that popped up, but it's not in the corresponding month, just know that it's kind of the energy, the flow of energy that's occurring from that space and time. That's why some readers will say you can go back through my, you know, prior readings and they're still relevant. It's like the timeless readings. Once you kind of pick the card or the energy, it's coincides with what the vibration that you're going through. So I'll go ahead and pick a card, or drop the cards for the energies that we've got. And as I'm sort of tuning in, I do have an older male that's coming forward with two younger male energies. And I feel like this would have been a situation where a father and two sons, or, yeah, I just feel like that type of energy. So again, it doesn't have to be a biological sons, but it feels like a feeling of a male with two younger males that are there as well. And I feel like this male is coming in to help put structure in. I feel like there's some things in life that needs a little bit more structure, and I get the feeling of justice as well, the feeling of just the general theme of justice for you this year. With that being said, the first half of the year, I do feel like, you know, the theme is kind of truth is coming out. There's something about the truth that is being brought to the surface, and it's really kind of, it's just really important for you to know that there's some things that are changing. It feels like the truth is coming out. This could be a third party situation. It could be something, it feels like it might be relationship based. It might be something where it just definitely feels like interpersonal. There's something around the relationships, or a contract or something. It could be an employment. And I'm sorry, that just flipped out. I'm gonna keep going and see what we've got here. So, all right. So, Spirit, what messages do you have for January? Okay. So I'm just going to do, that's January. All right, and we've got February. We've already got a lot of pentacles in here. Wow. Okay, oh my gosh, wow, look at all these pentacles. Okay, so this is kind of the first 4 months of the year. I'm going to keep going here just because I want to break it at the 6-month mark and then keep going. So, Spirit, what messages do you have? Okay. All right, perfect. Okay, so without, I'll kind of high level in terms of the information that I'm getting here from Spirit. So obviously you've got there's a lot of money cards that are up here, material. It feels like if you look, you know, at the beginning here, you've got the Page of Pentacles that's holding on to this pentacle, and it's about the manifestation. You're bringing forth something into your energy field at this time. Let me just adjust that, make sure you can see that. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then you've got the Four of Pentacles, and that's really about sort of like holding on, the security, the feeling of just holding on to your resources. And that there's something to do with this sort of truth and this feeling of, you know, at the beginning of the year, you're sort of holding on to what is yours, or you feel is rightfully yours, and then the feeling of it continuing on, the feeling of not wanting to sort of lose that energy and wanting to keep it in your space. But it feels like there's a shift that occurs in this space and time from February to March. Again, time is not linear, so it's just the kind of the energy of the way that this is going to flow, where it's like you're granted a boon. I just hear a boon, and that's not typically words that I use, and so that's what I'm hearing from this energy that's stepping forward. And I feel like it's sort of the gift for you. And I'm being drawn. It's interesting because this man that's coming forward, and I see the man here, and I feel a very similar essence to whomever this individual is. And it's the feeling of it's watching over. It's like it's property. It's having these things that are yours, and you've got them, right? This is your sort of, you've reaped what you've sown, and it feels like it's in a positive for you. It feels like it's something where you've sort of held on to these things and they're now yours, and you really kind of, you're moving into this Queen of Pentacles space, and it's very much about just, you know, she's holding her pentacles. It's fascinating how you've got the page, you've got your first 4 months is all about money, resources, material, wealth. And here she's sort of holding it, looking to, there's something, it feels like there's something that has come out, but it's financially abundant for you as a result of that. It feels like there's something where, it just feels like there's something about something going in your favor, a judgment, a ruling. It just feels like there's something around that energy with that. So that's for what I'm getting for the first 4 months. So so we've got the High Priestess here, which is a major arcana card. And when I sort of tune into that energy, it's just this feeling of you're sort of in control of your surroundings. It's this feeling of you've got this this energy around you that you are in control of all of this stuff. It's something in this space has created a situation where you're empowered. And that's really what I'm getting at. You know, she's kind of holding that, but there's something, I know this isn't a justice card, but I'm getting a major theme of justice here from this card. And so I don't read like traditional readers. I kind of go with the energy of what I'm being told. Which coincides to what I'm getting here. And it feels like there's something, again, the truth's coming out and the justice is kind of being preserved, and you're sitting in this space of the High Priestess, and you're sort of, it feels like there's a sense of power that comes from that as well. And moving forward, we've got the Two of Swords. Now this is an energy where it's a little bit, there's an indecisiveness around it. It's kind of, it feels like it may be a result of some of the things that you've done within the first quarter, first part of the year, where things have sort of gone in your favor, but now there's a decision to be made. So the ruling's been made, you know, things are going in your favor, but now you have, you're sort of in an indecisive energy. And it's a stark contrast to what's here. It's interesting because it's this feeling of sometimes when we take a hard stance on something, or we're pretty confident, then it's almost like the universe comes in to test us and bring the doubt about it. And I don't want to say doubt, but it's the feeling of, like, as humans, we tend to, am I making the right decision? Maybe I'm being too decisive. Maybe I'm being too set in my position. Do I need to be more open to it? So I feel like it's a temporary energy. I feel like it's passing. I was going to clarify it, but I don't feel like it's necessary to. It just feels like it's a temporary energy. But it's a natural conclusion to the energy of more of the staunch energy that's coming in here, from what I'm getting. So I don't feel like that's going to be an issue for you. So we'll keep moving here. So for the second half of the year, and actually, you know what, I'm going to pull one more for June, because that would make it a full 6 months here. Let me just see those. Those ones went nicely together, though, in terms of the energy that I'm getting. Let me just see what spirit, I'm just asking specifically for June if there's anything. There's something in June that I feel like involving a younger female. I don't know if this would be a daughter of yours or a niece or something, but it feels like there's something regarding a younger female. And there's some, it feels like if this would be a child of yours, it feels like there might be some situations where you're kind of, there's a reconnection occurring, or the feeling of needing to reconnect with this younger female that's coming forward. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. And immediately I'm drawn to that rose and the connection of love and the connection with this individual. Now this is, this is kind of your manifestation, your prosperity card. This is all things right there, right? So this is all in the physical. But there's something, it feels like there might be something connected to this female as well. But it's this feeling of like if there was a situation where maybe you didn't always have a good relationship with this person, or maybe maybe there was a distance there. It feels like there's something about coming back together with this individual and that connection that it just sort of changes everything. And it's like, again, the way that I see it and I interpret, for me, abundance, like some people look at it in the form of money and wealth. And to me, everyone has a different definition of what abundance is. To me, it's not, I don't believe that the money connection is about the abundance. I believe it's more about the abundance in your life that comes in the form of love and family. And with this card coming through like this and connected with the rose, that's really my symbol of love. And so it just feels like this feeling of coming back, community, reconnecting, and this deeper love that exists. Now, it doesn't have to be a female, but I'm getting a feminine energy. So it could be a masculine, a male energy that has a softer energy, and maybe someone who, a very sweet and soulful individual. So a lot of times when I connect with males and they are very sensitive in nature, their energy comes to me as a female, just because it's the divine feminine is more of a feminine, softer energy, and that's all that is. So it's what I'm getting there. It's definitely something connected with female. It feels like love related in June. So keep going and see what Spirit has for July, August, September, October, November. Okay. And I'll just draw all the cards and see what else we've got here. And I'm also hearing something about a houseboat. It's quite interesting. I don't know if there's travel, if there would have been someone on the other side that would have had a houseboat or something. But I'm getting that as well. There's something to do with possessions for sure. There's definitely material possessions. Feels like there would be property discussions as well regarding this. Feels like I'm also getting something with a couple other siblings. Now this might not be your siblings, but it might be in the family siblings. And I'm getting that as well. And I do feel a connection. I'm being pulled to the California region, so I'm not sure what that is. So that's kind of where I'm being pulled there. Okay, perfect. So, all right. And the other thing I was going to mention, I am getting something to do. There feels like travel in September. I'm not sure, but I feel like this feeling of being pulled to travel. And I don't know if that's connected with the houseboat or what that is, but sometimes I get they all kind of dump on me because there is a lot of, there'll be different energies, this isn't a personal reading. And so there'll be a lot of things coming into me it feels jumbled like that, but it's because there's going to be different people listening and it's going to be applicable in different ways to different people. So I just want to call that out as well. Okay, so here we've got, so in June, we've got so May, June. Okay, perfect. We've got the Four of Pentacles. You've got more Pentacles cards. That's quite amazing. And there also might be something to do, like in terms of the Pentacles, there might be some involvement with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So going back to this energy here, it feels like there might be something to do with that in terms of the truth coming out, but also the love connection. So just be mindful of that. It feels like there's something to do with that as well. So as it relates to the Four of Pentacles, it goes quite nicely with what we've got here in the month of May and then June, the feeling of stability. You've got this sort of, this boon, this energy, this feeling of abundance. You've got it all. And now when we approach the next month, it's this feeling of security. You're holding on to what's rightfully yours. It's kind of like, look at how many of these are holding on to these pentacles in a way that it's like you've got it at the beginning of the year, you've got it here in April, and then again in June. And it's this feeling of holding on to this. It's almost like it's being granted to you in a different way. And here you're holding on to that because it's this feeling of getting something, reconnecting, getting something back. And you don't want to let go this time. It's that feeling of like we've come back together. For some of you, there may have been a situation where you have been at odds with someone. It could be a friend, family member, but again, I feel like this feminine energy to where there may have been a disconnection between the two of you. I feel like some of you, this might have been a lifelong friend that you've had, and I'm getting the number 23 as well, so that's coming in really, really strong right now for me. So there's something to do with this feeling of having that distance with this individual, and now you're coming back for the reconnection, and this feeling of I'm not letting go this time. I'm keeping this for me, and I'm gonna just stay in that space of connection. So moving forward here, so we've got September, October, November, December. So September, we've got it's interesting because I was getting something with travel for September, and here you've got the Page of Swords. So with the swords, you've got action, you've got movement, you've got things moving forward. She's holding on to this, but it's also kind of a card of just discovery. And it feels like it might have something to do coming back with this individual, this feeling of kind of rediscovering, catching up, going back through old times. But again, I do feel travel. This might have to do with this houseboat that I was getting, but it does feel like there's some travel around that as well. And Justice, I am not shocked. What did I say? I felt that very strongly up in here, this energy of justice. And now it's like it's either being initiated within this space and time in May, and then it comes out here to where it's finalized. It's done. It feels like it's completed. Justice has been served. And I'm not surprised at the way that the energy, again, it's not about the dates that they're showing up. It's about the energy flow that's going to occur throughout the year. And so I feel like this is the sequential fashion of what is going to be expected to occur. I'm just like, I just saw the card and I'm like, Justice. It's exactly the energy of what I'm feeling for you, Aries. So I just feel like it's going to be really, it all has to take place. And I feel like I have to tell you that it's all taking place in the way that it has to be unfolded. But it feels like in the end, I mean, look, you've got the Lover's card. In the end, it's this feeling of, yes, I'm walking away from this year, and I'm so much stronger as a result of this. I've got all this material abundance that's come into my life, and I feel so much more complete as a result of all of this energy that's come in my way. So it just feels really good for your energy. And the other thing here, so we've got the Knight of Swords here. And so, yeah, I mean, look at this. I'm sorry, Knight of Rods, my bad. So the Knight of Rods here. So when you look at that, it's really about passion, adventure, you know, all of these things that you're sort of like we seek in this life. And look at, he's looking towards these basically the Two of Cups, which is essentially the Lover's card, right? They're looking into each other's eyes, and it's like, home again. I keep like, I'm hearing like home again, return to me, return to me, return to me. And so, yeah, whatever this is for you, it's going to be different for everyone. It feels really beautiful, amazing, but it feels like you've sort of, there's something where you've sort of cleared some energetic karma, or, past a threshold in this life, or in this, yeah, I want to say life. It's not even isolated to this year, where you've sort of achieved another level in terms of your relationships and the energies that come along with that. And there's another thing too, as it relates to that, just this feeling of like, the realization of how you create your wealth by the energies that you hold. I feel like that's really important for you to note as well, that it's not about the you know, how much you make per hour or what you do to like earn money. It's so much more than that. And I feel like in this year, you're going to really discover that in a way, but do it in a way that you're grateful for, not out of struggle. I feel like it's going to be very, it feels like an ascension for you is all it is. It just, I mean, it's not all it is. It's amazing, but it feels like it's that simple. So let me just ask Spirit, what's a general message for Aries for 2020? All right, here we go. I'm going to pull this card. Okay, Enlightenment. I love it. I love it. I mean, what was I saying? Ascension. It just feels, it's so perfect with everything throughout this. You've got the enlightenment coming in. You've got all of those energies that are coming forward for you. And it's so beautiful. I'm so excited for you. This is so, it feels like, I mean, it's the year of enlightenment, but it's in such a positive and advancing way that it's like, it's just so beautiful. So I'm going to read this card really quickly because I look at these and I see something different, but I feel like these ones are so beautiful and they go to a deeper level that I can't really explain with words alone. So I'm just going to, Denise Lynn's done a great job of documenting these. And so our beautiful home is galaxy so large that you would have traveled the speed of light. It would take, if you would have traveled the speed of light, it would take you 100,000 years to go from one end to the other. It is small compared to some other galaxies. The realm of the galaxies is so vast and so wide that it is beyond human comprehension, which is why galaxy often symbolizes great enlightenment as well as faith in the forces much greater than us. And so Spirit's just telling you, you've got all of these, this enlightening energy coming forward, this ascension, you're moving forward, but you're advancing in a way, and it's something, it's almost like this feeling of like understanding the human experience on a level that you haven't previously experienced it before. So it feels really just amazing for your energy. And so Aries, I hope it's a beautiful 2020. You'll probably want to come back as the month progresses and just kind of, especially, I'm really being drawn to this one right here, the Ace of Pentacles. There's something significant going to be really kind of kicking things off for you in a way that really sets the foundation for the second half of the year, but still beautiful at the beginning of the year. So I wish you an amazing 2020 and namaste.